Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Ekrem. Bugün Hogwarts'a kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Videoyu beğendiyseniz like atmayı, abone olmayı, yorum atmayı unutmayın. Gelecek videolardan haberdar olmak için bildirimleri etkinleştirebilirsiniz. Daha fazla vakit kaybetmeden videoya geçebiliriz. Aslında bugün başka oynamayacaktım ama oyuna doyamadım. Çok güzel. Yarına kadar deliririm ben. Devam edelim. 40 dakika çekmişim. 47 dakika mı? 50 dakika falan video olmuş. Ama Hogwarts abi. Yani bütün filmlerini izledik. Biraz da kitabını da okumuştum var. Ya tabii o büyük bir hayran falan değilim ama severim yani, Hogwarts güzeldir. Niye kastı lan bir anda oyun? Oyun kastı. Yani benim yanında böyle olsa değil.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Yani konuşalım.
One moment. Watch this.
Bayağı rol yapma oyunu be bu.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted.
Ne istiyordun?
Oh,
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
O hafif miyiz anlayışın var senin. Seni sevmedim ben. Başkasıyla konuşalım hadi.
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... That is not how that... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
Olur.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
Yıldızlar güzeldir be.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all fifth years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
Bayağı heyecanlı bu kardeşimiz. Hayır, şeyi merak ediyorum. Seçimlerin bir şey değiştirecek mi yoksa öylesine mi?
That's not right either. I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see.
Fark ettim onu.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlic, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients as long as your brews are all perfect.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Bayağı garip bir
It
tipsin.
was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank
Niye
you.
sadece bunlara
And
konuşabiliyor?
good luck to you too on your first day.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You'd best not keep her waiting.
Kim söylüyor lan onu? Neyse. Gidelim. Ben bu oyunu yavaş yavaş oynayacağım. Öyle da çıkacağına inanıyorum.
Good
Oğlum bari
morning.
arkamdan
I
konuşun lan.
trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been
Tabii ki de.
dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After
Hiçbir
much
şey bilmiyoruz biz.
discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
İnşallah yazılı sınav hazırlamamışsınızdır.
Here you are.
Olur mu? Ne oldu şimdi?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Olur. Ama gitti. Nereye gitti lan o?
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps
Basın var
seeing
ki
it
o.
in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Benim şeyimi daha çok merak ediyorum, hikayem. Kendi hikayem yani.
This way.
Bunların içinde biri yok herhalde. Sadece büyüyle çalışıyor.
The guide will give
Yani
you
herhalde.
opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Tamam. Oo, şey gelmiş. Amit mi bu? Neyse. İsim hafızam iyi değildir. Büyük ihtimalle hepsini unutacağım. Vizli, bunu unutma.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Abi anlatın hikayeyi, çok merak ediyorum ya. Şunu kırabiliyoruz mu? Ne, kıramıyoruz.
Why don't
Ya.
you cast Revelio on this box
Revelio?
and see what details the field guide can provide?
Ve okula bakın biri bir üst. Rebel'in ne işe yaradığını hala tam anlamadım. Bayağı RPG bu ya. Tamam hadi gidelim.
Revelio.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Olur. Biraz daha hızlı gidebilir misiniz hocam? Çok yavaşsınız. Sıkacağım
No time to
Sıkılmak.
waste. You've classes to attend.
Ama çok sıkıcı ya. Biraz hızlı.
Revelio.
Rica ediyorum. Bir sürü şey var. Hocam bekleyin, şuna bir bakacağım. Anlamadım. Bu ne? Açamıyoruz herhalde. Neyse gidelim. Bu keşfedecek bir şey yok. Ya üf. Bir beklemiyoruz ama ya.
Good timing.
Dersim
Perfect
gideceğim.
opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Haritayı aç. Nereye gideceğiz? Tamam. Tamam oldu. Ben ne diyorum, ben şeyimi anlamadım. Yanlış yere bakıyormuşum. Ortak salona gidiyoruz herhalde şimdi. Hagrid
And
hala
here
burada
we
mı
are.
acaba?
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Nereden kullandık biz çocuğu?
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
King's herhalde İngiltere'de bir yer.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Hogsmeade nedir?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops.
Hatırladım
and pubs.
Hogsmeade'i.
You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Şunu soralım.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Onu sana söyleyemem. Adama söz verdi
Almost
şimdi.
precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one
Biraz
piece.
kızdı herhalde.
Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Yani manyak
Very well.
biziz.
Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank
Hızlı biraz.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be
Anladım.
invaluable to you.
Kaç kere
And
söyledin aynı şeyi?
invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll
Sen
see
de
if we can't
öğretmenisin.
get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Bunları bulsam ne oluyor? Biraz etkileniyor gibiler. Ama sürekli konuşuyoruz, biraz
It's
aksiyon
good
olsun
to see you,
artık.
Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Evet.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We
İnşallah
don't
sana
know
görebilirim.
where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good.
Niye böyle paylaşmışsın?
As capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained.
Evet,
Happily,
eğitim beni
you have
artık.
the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not so subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Ne yapacağız? Akıyor.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Fazla konuşma oldu. Evet, birazcık hareket olsun. Böyle kutuda. Oradan gidemiyoruz mu? Güzel.
Revelio.
Ne olur lan? Hadi ders gösterelim bir şeyler. Şuramı kaçıralım, bir şeyler yapalım.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Olur. Tam bunu yaptık zaten. Hop. Çok da zor yapmamışlar neyse ki.
Levioso.
Tek attık. Bunlar 5. sınıf öğrencisi değil mi lan? Ben mi yanlış sınıftayım?
Let's try something a little larger.
Ne olur. Ne yapacağız? Daha
Let
büyük
us
Leviosa
begin
evet.
with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate. Good. Now, well done.
Levioso.
Güzel.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll
Hadi
start
kapışalım.
with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
This should be
Protego.
Stupid Protego, as the case stands. This can't be your first duel.
Stupid. Let's just say.
I do enjoy live dueling.
Dövecektim ben daha ya.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Sen niye bu kadar egoistsin lan? Bana vuramadın birazcık.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Sıkıntı yok. Büyüyle ilgili sıkıntı görebilirsiniz.
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Ben kimseyi uçuramıyorum ya.
Lumos. Levioso.
Olmuyor.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't
Allah Allah.
expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, You might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Nasıl yani? Hayır.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library.
Bunda
You
sıkıntı yok da
just
sana
have to
güvenmiyorum.
be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near
Dediğin
the
zaman
clock tower
ezerim seni.
entrance. If you're interested. Till
Hacı
next
sana
time.
güvenmiyorum.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Aa, daha yukarıda. Ne oluyor lan? Daha yukarıda mı?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Hangi büyü öğrenecektik? Akıyor.
Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms?
Biri renk değiştirir, biri büyütür.
Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Yakaladık.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Yeni büyü. Güzel. Tamamdır. Başlayalım. Akıyor.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Evet, heyecanlı bir tip bu adam. Ne yapıyor şimdi? Hocam çok zevkli ya. Harry Potter oynamak. Arada kasıyor böyle.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Bacağım. Amaç ne?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward. Splendid!
Ay.
Not to worry. That's
Hop.
it!
Lan.
Happens
Of
to the
ya.
best of us.
Bir daha mı deneyeceğiz? Deneyelim bir daha.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly
Ben bu
competition.
sporu hiç sevmedim.
Miss
Öyle
Onai,
yapalım.
would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on
Olur.
up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Hadi dur. Dur lan. Heh.
Excellent.
Ucunda durdu ha. Ay yer değiştirebiliyoruz değil mi bir de? Tamam. Yok, biraz yavaş attım.
Brilliant. Be sharp.
Benim topu düşmeye çalışıyorum.
There we go.
Çek bakalım. Lan dur düşme. Amacım ulaşamadım.
Splendid.
Aa, aynı. Ne olacak şimdi bir daha mı oynayacağız?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Daha ne yapacağız?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Tamam yapsana
I'll
hadi.
say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Haydi
This
hocam.
round settles it all.
Watch this.
Çekip bakalım o zaman.
That is how it's done.
Biraz erken
Very
bırakıyorum.
good.
Hadi bakalım.
Here we go.
Diğer 50'ye geldi.
Nicely done.
Güzel.
Let us see this. Yes!
Hadi. Evet. 50'ye geldi.
Excellent control there.
Yes, ben kazandım. Daha fazla çıkarma ya. Yeter. Akıyor'yu sevmedim. Ben düelloyu daha çok seviyorum.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Cephanelik mi? Neyse bugün bu ders yeter ya. Hadi hocam gene video 40 dakikaya
Gather your
ulaştı.
things on the way out.
Hı.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Tamam.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here.
Nasıl ya?
Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful.
Niye savunuyorsunuz lan o
I
zaman?
find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I
Harbiden.
must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Allah Allah.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts.
Ben de oraya gitmek
Professor
istiyorum.
Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Abi asasız oluyorsa biz niye asayla yapıyoruz? Çok saçma.
If you can use Accio on humans, if you're so
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Tamam. Ha dur şurada bir şeyim var.
Revelio.
Şeyi merak ediyorum. Şu şeyleri nasıl etkileştireceğiz? Neyse gidelim. Bu da bırakalım. Çok iyiydi hocam. Neyse. Sonra devam ederiz. Bugünkü videomuzun burada sonuna geldik. Videoyu beğendiyseniz like atmayı, yorum atmayı, abone olmayı unutmayın. Gelecek videolardan haberdar olmak için bildirimleri etkileştirebilirsiniz. Bir sonraki videolarda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.